I'm here at Freize Art Fair in Regent's Park, London, the event that's helped make London the most important city for the contemporary art scene in Europe. I'm here with the fair's organisers, Matthew Slossover and Amanda Sharp. Matthew and Amanda, hi there.
Hi.
The fair is enormous. I mean, there are 151 or so stands here this year, aren't there? But you haven't got any bigger than you have last year, and this is its 5th incarnation. Why have you decided to keep the fair more or less at its same size?
Well, I think we've reached what for us is the perfect size. It's manageable, it's something people can do in a day, and because we've got a limited number of galleries, the quality threshold is incredibly high.
And I'd like you to talk a little bit about the events that are curated events that operate around the fair, because you've consistently wanted this fair not just to be a place for buying and selling art, but for a place where there's a wider conversation about art.
Yeah, no, we think it's really important that people understand there's more to art than buying and selling. And although this is a commercial art fair, something like 80% of the people who come here are here just to look and to experience art. And art takes many forms, and it can take, forms of paintings and sculptures like you see on most of the stands. But there are also, installation, performance, things like that. The projects range from Chris Martin, who's doing a 1-minute silence at 4 o'clock, and he's going to ask everyone to stop talking for 1 minute, to Richard Prince, who's exhibiting his own car, which is a replica of a Dodge Challenger from the 1970s, on a rotating plinth with lights and girls and music. And he's kind of drawing the distinctions between a trade fair that you would see a car in and an art fair, which is another kind of trade fair. So these projects they kind of question what we're doing here, what are we looking at? Artists try and sort of take that kind of thing apart, add a bit of fun to it, but also add a kind of questioning element to it as well.
Would you have any general advice for a beginner collector? How would they get going if they came here with their checkbook and a budget?
Well, the number one friend for you if you're a visitor is your map. You have to grab your map as soon as you come in. Have a look in the yearbook, which lists all the artists that are exhibiting and all the galleries, and circle a few things that you want to see. There are also talks, 2 talks a day. If you want to see one of those, make sure you can fit that in too, and really circle everything that you want to see and make sure you get to those. As you progress through the fair, you will be distracted by other things that are interesting, and that's the fun of it, really.
And what have you seen already that you would just say to anybody, you've got to go and see this or that?
Gavin Brown's enterprise have done a flea market, which has got an extraordinary range of small stands with works by famous artists down to t-shirts that you can buy, or cookies. That's definitely worth checking out. And there's a Polish gallery who've got a solo project by an artist called Paweł Autor. And I don't want to spoil it, you just need to see it.
How would you suggest that someone who came here for the first time oriented themselves around the fair?
A couple of things to bear in mind if you're coming to buy. One is that don't be surprised if you try and buy something and the dealer says it's sold, because there's a lot of demand for some of this art, and it can sell very quickly. But it doesn't mean you can't buy something by that artist. Ask them to have a look through their files. Maybe they've got something else in the back room, or they've got something on a slide, or they can show you in the gallery at a later date. That's just as good as buying something here. The other thing is don't be put off by some of the prices if things seem expensive when you first come in. Some of the bigger stands, of course, are the more established galleries, which will have the more established artists, which will have higher prices. But if you go to some of the smaller stands, they'll be showing more emerging artists, and the prices will be a lot lower.